to get together. Doesn't matter the weather. So let's get to it now. Gotta figure out what to do. The Addicts, fantasy football. The Addicts, fantasy. The Addicts, ooh, we know all. The Addicts, it's fantasy.
And welcome to the Addicts, a fantasy football podcast. I am your host, Mason Mann. I'm joined by Haven Cox and Dalton Hanley. And boys, you thought Thursday night football was bad. Monday night football said, hold my beer.
It's rough, man. It is rough.
Yep, we're currently tied at 0-0 at the half. It's the first scoreless first half of Monday Night Football since 2009.
Look, one team has to win. Actually, NFL, they can both tie. It could end 0-0.
It could definitely end in a tie. Nobody
Would
has
this
to
be
win.
would this be the first ever 0-0 football game that happened?
It's a scoregami of 0-0.
0-0.
It had to have happened back in like the 20s, 30s, right when the NFL was starting, you know? Back when there were like 6 teams.
I heard Joe Buck say something that this has been the most enjoyable scoreless first half ever, because it has been. It's actually been kind of enjoyable to watch, even though there's no points. It's two really good teams duking it out.
Yeah.
It's been like, why are there no points being scored? But you see Saquon looking good. You see, the top players still playing well. It's just, where are the points? I don't know.
Every now and then you'll have these prime
I'm tired of
games.
watching this.
They're just so bad they become good.
Yep.
Because it's
So,
just funny to think
This
about.
one,
I
this
think
one's
about
not bad. I mean,
Yeah.
there have been worse.
So there has been 73 NFL games that have ended in a tie of 0-0. The last one occurring November 7th, 1943,
Yep.
between the New York Giants and the Detroit Lions.
Sounds about right. Giants, Lions.
Almost 100. It's
Good
like 80
Google.
years ago.
Good Google, Haven.
Thank you.
All right, boys, let's get into it. I got a good quick question of the day. I saw this circulating around on Twitter. Thinking about the tight end position, would you be willing to make the change to make the tight end position a combined team based off of the scoring position for that team? So your tight end position, you would pick the 49ers, and all of the tight ends for the 49ers would be your score for your tight end position. Thoughts?
I think it's almost like a defense at that point. Like, they're all going to be so close together, but you're going to have a couple that are just going to pop off. I mean, the Steelers, would you want to start right now Darnell Washington or Jonnu Smith?
Mhm.
No, but to combine, they would be the tight end 5. This is crazy.
They use the tight end position there.
Yeah, the two of them and Freiermuth, they're all doing stuff, but none of them are doing enough.
Would it
Yeah.
make you want to draft at that position? Like, right now we draft, of course, Brock Bowers in the first, Trey in the second, George in the fourth. But would that make you want to, like, more tight end positions get drafted early? Or, I'll wait. I can wait.
I think it would be similar. You target the teams that use a lot of tight ends, like the Browns right now. They've got both Fanning and Njoku, who are both, getting 8
I think it
10
gives more
points a game.
relevant people to start. I think the position would have more people to start, which would mean that I would wait, because there's now no longer outliers at that position that give you an advantage, which we thought there would be this year, and there really haven't been many outliers that are just lapping the field like Kelsey and Gronk used to do. I mean, you got McBride playing well, but even part of the season, he still looked not mediocre, but he looked like he wasn't exactly an advantage. It looked like you took a really high pick that is just kind of giving you basic points. And I think at that point, every tight end starter is probably much more even. And so then there's no need to reach on in that position.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it makes
kind of
more
like
fun.
having the advantage. I like having the advantage, though. Like, George Kittle got me 23 points this week. Like, that's a huge advantage in work drafting in the 4th round.
Mm-hmm.
Like, instead of, I could have waited and drafted, I don't know, whoever the Miami Dolphins tight ends are, and maybe hope for 13 points a game.
Yeah. I think ultimately it'd be more fun. I might be for it. I wouldn't want to try it in our main league, but in some other league with a bunch of random people, I might want to try just see how it is. Currently, this was
Starting to cut
circulating.
through league.
The top 5 teams by tight end are the Cardinals, the Packers, the Bills, the Browns, and the Steelers. So still, we're seeing the Cardinals at number 1 because of Trey McBride, Packers at number 2 because of Tucker Kraft. But then after that, it's kind of the team with Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid for the Bills, and the Browns and Steelers both use a lot of tight ends. So I don't know. I thought it would be a good idea to throw out there. I might want to try it at some point, but not our main league.
Maybe in like a cutthroat chop league. Maybe that's a good, like, that's a good place to start it off, see how it works, and then once the team gets chopped, their tight end group gets available. Like, I want to choose between the New York Giants and the New York Jets for my tight end this week.
That'd be crazy when you're starting out 18 teams in that league. You have half of the NFL teams tight ends.
The tight end. Dang.
You would never need a
boys.
backup.
Never. Yeah,
No.
that's true.
Unless
Yeah,
someone
full
just
team.
takes them all, like we try to do with the quarterbacks this year.
They can have all of them, and they will get cut immediately.
That's right. All right, boys, let's get into the weekend games. So we'll start off with Thursday night football. We had the Broncos winning in a thriller 10-7 against the Raiders. What are y'all's thoughts?
Now, that game was gross. That game was a primetime gross fest.
Gross.
Bowers, I think, he had, one catch? It was disgusting. It was
Nobody
gross.
did good.
All the people that you wanted to do something, nobody did anything.
There was only one
so
player
far. Yeah.
that wasn't a defense that scored over 10 fantasy points. Can y'all guess who it is?
It was Genty, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry. There's
It-
two. There's two.
Was the other one?
No, Broncos, Raiders. Troy Franklin, I know,
Yep.
had
Troy
a decent
Franklin.
game because he scored a
Yeah.
touchdown and had some yards. And then the other touchdown was Trey Tucker. I don't even know if he got to 10 points.
No,
So it's probably
Genty had the
Broncos
other. Genty had the other touchdown. Trey Tucker was 2.
Trey
for
Tucker
28.
had ended the game with 5.5. So yeah, only 2 players that weren't defenses ended the game with more than 10 points. Troy Franklin with 15 and Ashton Genty with 15. It's
It's
just
so gross, man.
so
Jeez.
gross. One
And Dobbins
major
got hurt.
Hey, guess who led the league? Guess who led the game in receiving yards for the Broncos?
was it Troy Franklin?
Pat Bryant.
Pat Bryant.
Pat
Pat Bryant.
Asking this question.
One catch.
Well,
for
I don't want
43
to get
yards.
onto you. I don't want to get onto you for Pat Bryant because I actually like Pat Bryant as a rookie stash. I just hate you saying that he's better than people on the team that are actually getting more usage.
Keep
I
saying it,
just not-
Haven. Stand your ground.
Got it.
Oh yeah, it'll eventually be a thing, and you'll get all the credit for it.
It's okay. He's not my rookie of the week, but I was proud of him for leading a 10-7
Who's your rookie of the
game.
week, Haven?
I will get to that. We're not going to
Who's your
spoil
rookie?
it.
Who's your rookie of the week?
It's too
Well,
early to
maybe
get
one
to.
now.
It's too early for rookie of the week.
The
Too early.
the major implication of the games, Dobbins got hurt. His
Fatigue.
foot. He came back into the fourth, but after the game, we're seeing he's banged up. Might miss week 11. So stash your
He's
Y'all
RJ.
see
always
his
getting
tweet?
second opinions from other doctors, so I think it's concerning, whatever his
Yeah.
foot injury is.
I mean, he went off on Twitter. He was not happy.
Yeah,
I didn't
he's
see
not
that.
happy.
He's like, if you're not going to call the hip drop tackle, then ban it. And he said some other vulgar words in there that I'm
Yeah.
not going to say.
That is one thing
Which I
that,
agree with what he's saying.
yeah.
I mean, it's
don't
cost a
call
couple people this year injuries.
It was
They
supposed to
don't
be a
call
big
it, but it's
deal.
obvious.
Mm-hmm.
It came out a year or two ago that they were going to start calling it, and then they kind of did, and then they just completely quit calling it live on the field when I'm staring at it and I see an entire man basically destroy another man's leg,
Yep.
and I'm like, that is absolutely hip drop tackling. They don't ever call it.
Mhm.
The league might find the guy after to be some kind of teaching moment, but they're not doing enough to proactively alter and change this devastating part of the game. We already have enough injuries as it is. I'm worried if I have Dobbins because I don't like the way he's acting and I don't like the way the injury seems. But wheels up for RJ Harvey.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm
guys
honestly
got
worried
with
about a
injuries
lot
for
of
while.
Broncos people, man. Bo Nix had a bad game. Cortland Sutton, I mean, I'm looking at his stats now. Since week 5, he's been our wide receiver 16, 88, 17, 36, 36, and 51.
Yeah.
So he plays the Chiefs
Is
and then
Bo
a bye.
Nix the Jameson Williams of quarterbacks?
I mean, he's just
They
It's
just
all
keep,
or nothing.
they just keep winning, man. They're 8-2. They have the ugliest
They're
wins.
well coached. They're well
Yeah.
coached, man.
They're the most.
They
what's
don't
the
make a lot of
saying?
mistakes, even though they look like they should.
Yeah, paper tiger.
Their
I
defense
mean,
helps a ton.
their defense is really
Their
good, but
defense
yeah,
helps a lot too.
they're. I don't believe in them. They're 8-2.
No,
I don't believe.
they're a fake team. They're
Yeah,
a fake
fake
team
team.
for sure.
All right, let's
It's a
get to
tough
the
division.
Yep. Let's get to the actual fun primetime game. If anybody woke up early for it, Colts won over the pond in Germany, 31 over the Falcons, 25. And
Crazy.
Jonathan
These games are
Taylor
always gross.
went off. I was playing Dalton in our main league,
Yes,
and I
he
got
did.
I got out of church to see what that score was and how much Jonathan Taylor scored. And I was like, well,
You should have went back in church.
yeah, I had a free day. I wasn't going to watch any fantasy all day because I know I'd already lost. Dalton ended up scoring 190 only. Got to play
It's
better
ridiculous,
defense.
man. That league, Dalton in that league, it's just, it's going to be amazing when you come in like fourth.
Yep.
And you're just going to be so mad.
You're too good.
But
The team that's the
what was
best
that
in that
number,
league
Hayden?
never wins.
What was that?
So-
What was that number you said?
you heard. But yeah, man, you might have the greatest regular season team we've ever had in our leagues, but playoffs or anybody can win. So let's just hopefully
That's
somebody
right.
does good.
This happens every year. The best team in that league never wins it. So this might be
I
the
hate
off year
y'all.
because your team is insane. You're averaging like 165 points a week. It's absurd.
I hate y'all for addressing how good the season's been.
Yeah,
I
John
mean, you
Taylor.
scored, what is it, 3 weeks of 180 plus, 3 or 4? I mean,
I
ridiculous.
think that's right. Yeah.
It's
God's been good.
absurd.
I mean,
Yeah,
Taylor has more games this season with 3 touchdowns than with not. Like that.
there's
that
no
isn't-
way that's true.
It's true. It's true. Go look it up.
One, he has 4 games with 3 touchdowns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 without. Okay, wait, if
Are
we're
you-
counting
I'm counting
receiving, it's tied. That's absurd. That's insane.
I mean,
If you
Oh,
got
yeah.
him in the 3rd round,
Bet-
which Dalton did, it's an absolute steal.
Best 3rd round pick I've ever had.
The Falcons running back, Tyler Algier, ended up with more fantasy points than Bijan thanks to 2 touchdowns. Algier had 17 points, Bijan with 10. We've seen this a
So
couple
annoying.
times where Algier gets touchdowns and Bijan has a lot of receptions, a lot of yards, but ends up with 10 to 15 fantasy points.
and I feel like it's more, I mean, Drake London has kind of been more their offensive focal piece. I mean, he's had 4 top 5 weeks the last month and a half. I mean,
Mhm.
dude has been a rock. And so they're able to sling it a little bit. They're getting in the red zone, and they're just like, Tyler, come here. Yeah, Bijan can get a rest. Come carry this rock in for us.
Algier's a good running back.
And so,
He's good.
yeah, he is a good running back. I just hate that he's on the team with Bijan, who debatably is one of the best running backs currently in the league and should only ever touch the ball. And what's funny is Raheem Morris, the coach, even said, "Oh yeah, Bijan Robinson's the best running back in football," or he said he's our best player. He said something to that degree of Bijan is the best person that we ever could let touch the ball. And so a reporter asked him, he's like, "So why did you take him out on 2nd and goal with the game on the line?" And he was just like, "You know what? That is a good question." That's why we asked it to you, you jerk.
The haters are right.
Leave him in the game.
Oh, it's so funny. There's another guy. He was one of our waiver pickups of the week. Alec Pierce, back-to-back weeks, top 15.
Yeah.
The Colts. They have a bye coming up, and then there's some hard matchups. But I mean, you're talking about week 16, week 17. If you're making the playoffs, you're looking good. They got the 49ers in Jacksonville. I
Mhm.
mean, those are some good matchups right there in the playoffs.
Rest up, JT.
Yeah. I mean,
To flip it to another receiver for the Colts, Michael Pittman, he had a bad game, only 4 fantasy points. This is your bye window. The 3 weeks before that, he had 20, 24, and 20. Michael Pittman is their number 1 guy, and he had a down
for sure.
down week. So a down week and then plus the bye. This is the bye opportunity for Michael Pittman. I'd be going out and purchasing him.
I mean, this is the week, ain't it? Week 11 trade deadline.
Yeah,
I
in a
mean,
lot of leagues.
yeah. So you need to be going out there. We'll probably talk about a couple more people to trade for and trade away. I think Cortland Sutton. We talked about our last matchup, Broncos and Raiders. Is Cortland Sutton a player you want to be trading away right now?
Absolutely. I've been
Yeah.
trying to trade him away, and I have in a couple leagues because I have him in every league, it feels like. I tried to give him to you, Haven. You weren't biting. But if
Mm.
you can still find someone that values him like the wide receiver too, then I'd be
Yeah.
selling him for sure.
Great. He's a trade away. Michael Pittman's a trade for.
Who would you rather have, Zay Flowers or Cortland Sutton?
Probably Zay. Now
I'm a
that
Zay
Lamar is
guy.
back and the Ravens look like they're supposed to do again.
Yeah.
I'm just never been a Zay guy. I just never will.
Every year he ends up at
I
like
agree.
wide receiver 22 with a very
I
consistent
hear
year,
what
but
you're saying, Haven.
no boom games.
I
Where
feel the
Sutton's
same
kind of the
way.
opposite.
I don't know what it is about him. It may just be his build and the way he just is as a receiver. Something about him just says you can never be the wide receiver one, and so I don't buy in. But there's
Mhm.
plenty fine if you're a top 10 to 15 wide receiver because I can use that on my team.
Yep.
I don't know. I need to quit being so biased to people that score fantasy points and do it consistently.
You've been a hater of Flowers forever, Dalton, and you have him on your team.
I
want him.
did trade for him, so
I mean, you gotta.
I must not hate him too
Turn
much.
it around.
There's just people. I don't care what their production is. I'm just not a fan, and I'll never will be, and it's okay. Like Kenneth Walker. No, thank you. I will never own Kenneth Walker in the league. I've always been a Zach Charbonnet guy. It's so fun to make Dalton mad because he likes Kenneth Walker. I do not, and I'm just
I
not
don't.
Kenneth Walker.
I don't necessarily like Kenneth Walker. I'm just trying to point out that, like before last week, Charbonnet I think had the lowest yards per carry in the entire NFL, and he plays a whole lot more than a lot of other bums who don't ever touch the ball, and he has the lowest yards per carry. It's really bad. His
He gets
yards
those
per carry
touchdowns.
is so bad.
It's comical.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, so he falls into the end zone, so he's so much more talented than Kenneth Walker. Like Kenneth Walker couldn't also fall into the end zone.
That was like LeGarrette Blount when he for the Patriots like 10 years ago. Dude had like 18 rushing touchdowns, but his like yards per carry was like 2 yards. I mean, it was a crazy season. Some people just know how to find that painted part of the field.
That's right. All right, let's get to another gross game. Saints got
Some people
that
get put
dub.
in there way too much.
Saints got that dub 17-7 over the Panthers. What a nasty game. The Panthers do this. I feel like every 3 to 4 weeks they just put up a stinker. This time it was against the Saints. One stat I saw, Bryce Young over the past 2 weeks combined has scored less than 4 fantasy points. It's the Rico show.
It is. It's the it 100% is. The man, I mean, he had 18 carries this past game, 53 yards. I mean, their offense sucked. But I mean, he still had 53 yards and a touchdown. I mean, he gave you something. He's their offense. He's going to be cooking.
I think in a game where they scored only 7 points and Rico still got to 15 fantasy points, I mean, that's very encouraging. He is the guy going forward. The past 2 weeks, he's had over 70% of the snaps, 25 carries, 18 carries, 3 targets in both games. He is the guy going forward. If you have him, if you picked him up off the waivers, it's going to be good going forward.
Another boring week from Ted McMillan, 11 points, wide receiver 32.
It's just,
He's so mid.
he's not droppable, but he's close.
He's just so mid.
He's not droppable.
He's not droppable.
He's not droppable.
He gets way too much targets to
mean,
be droppable.
I wouldn't. I mean, it's so, you just
If you
he's the
had to say how
Tony
many
Pollard of receivers.
That is a great example.
How many touchdowns? How many touchdowns by the end of the year would you expect him to have? Don't be sarcastic. I'm being serious. How many touchdowns would you expect him to have by the end of the year?
4 to 5.
I mean, he has 2 right now. He may get 1
Both
or 2
in one
more.
game.
Right. 4 to 5. 4 to 5. So he only has 2. So if you expect him to finish the year in a realistic number of 4 to 5, which is very reasonable for a guy like him, that means in the next, how many weeks left in the season? If he's supposed to get 3 more touchdowns, they're going to fall somewhere. They could be spread out, but I mean, he just touches the ball so much.
I give him 1 more. I give him 1 more.
1 more.
Yeah, I'll go on one more. I mean,
Jawan
he is.
Johnson with the big game. I
He's
saw a
not
lot of people
droppable.
flex him. Jawan Johnson ended the game with 20 fantasy points. I think we're going to see this consistently. Him getting a lot of targets, a lot of yards, touchdown opportunity. Now that Rashid Shaheed has been transferred,
Yeah.
he's been traded over to the Seahawks. College football on my mind.
The transfer portal, man.
The transfer portal.
He got
same-
portaled.
Same way with Chris Olave. He had a lot of targets, 8 targets, 104 yards and a touchdown. Kamara finally had a good game, 15 fantasy points. What do y'all feel about Kamara for the rest of the season? Because it's been bad until this week.
I'm trading him. It was against the Panthers, and
I don't think you can.
man, trading for something.
I really don't think you can. If there is somebody in your league who has no running backs, none, it is possible.
People.
There's bye weeks and people get desperate for running back. So go to that very desperate team with no running backs and get something for him. But I don't think you can trade him to anybody else.
I'm on the other side of the spectrum. I would be trading for him
You're
because
buying him?
I'm buying him because of what y'all said. His
I can't
value
do
is
it.
so low. Have you looked at his rest of season on Sleeper? It's all green.
Yeah, but it's the
It's
Saints, man.
all green.
I said the
You-
same thing about Chase Brown, but it was different because they got a new quarterback and their offense physically couldn't look worse. The Saints they started the way they started, changed quarterbacks, and still look worse. I don't see how the Saints make it better. The Bengals could have made it better, and they changed it, and it worked, and it helped Chase Brown, and he has a good rest of season. I don't see how the Saints get better.
So Mason, against teams that are green, because I know you're looking on Sleeper, and teams against green.
They're all green.
He's been RB 15, RB 29, RB 27, RB 36, and RB 33 and RB 16. He has only gotten above 15 points one time this season.
Yeah, remember my trivia?
Yeah.
I'm not.
I had to highlight how bad he has been.
I'm sorry, man.
And
I
I
love
think that's why
Kamara.
he's a buy. He's a great flex option when he has a really good matchup. Maybe not great. Great's a strong word. He is a decent flex option.
Would you rather have
His- his-
Kamara or Travion
targets
Henderson
are
the rest
gone.
of the season?
Henderson. That's easy. Henderson's
Well,
the guy now.
Henderson. Would you rather have
Don't
RJ
you say-
Harvey?
Don't you jinx him like that.
Would you rather have RJ Harvey or Alvin Kamara?
That one's tough. I'd probably go Harvey just because of the J.K. Dobbins injury. If Dobbins hadn't got injured, or if he comes back and he's like fully healthy for next week, then I'd go Kamara.
Kamara or Kenneth Walker?
Kamara. I
And
feel like
then
they've
last
had
one.
similar seasons.
Yeah, these are all people 27 to 22. Last one is Kamara or David Montgomery.
Montgomery, just on the
Montgomery.
just the chance that Gibbs get hurt, then he's the number one running back for the Lions.
Kamara had 22 carries. He just doesn't get that many carries anymore, and there aren't many games where he gets this many touches
That's fair.
because they're so bad.
Yeah, they
They're
were
so
up a lot in this
bad.
game, so
I
that's
mean,
why he got
this
that many
kind of
carries.
game just isn't going to happen a lot.
No.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I think he's still fine. I don't think he's bad and washed. I think he's just unfortunately on a very terrible team.
Mhm.
It's
So
bad.
sad.
It's
So
really
sad.
bad.
Okay. Next game, we had the Chicago Bears beating out the Giants 24-20. Brian Daboll is done. Cut. Fired.
Finally,
One
Is it him or is like their GM? Have y'all seen all the videos today from like ML Football on Twitter who's talked about like this guy who's the GM had wanted to draft like Roma Dunze over Malik Neighbors. He didn't want to trade up for Jane Daniels. He didn't really want Jackson Dart. Like he was all this stuff, and the ball was like the one like I want these guys. Whoever is the new coach, they're coming into honestly a really good situation. Like
I agree.
they have a quarterback who's going to be very cheap, and he's actually really solid. They have a really good running back whenever he gets healthy. They have a good receiver. They have a good defensive line, and they are going to be good in cap space. So you can go out, get some more pieces, and you're probably going to have they're going to have a low draft pick again, and it's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
It's an attractive job.
Their first
It's very
their
attractive.
first year back isn't going to be great though, because Neighbors is still going to be coming off of the injury, and
Yeah.
Scadaboo's injury is They can say he's going to be ready for OTAs, but that's a bad injury, man.
Yeah.
That's really bad. We've seen many guys have this injury recently, and like Tony Pollard, it took him multiple seasons to look like himself. Pacheco didn't look like himself right away. Godwin doesn't look like himself right away.
Yeah. It's still an attractive job, though. You've got a lot of young talent.
Yeah, no, for the future.
One big indication of why Brian Dable got fired, I saw a stat. The Giants had a 92% chance to win on ESPN in 3 games this year that they lost. Cowboys, Broncos, Bears. And 2 of those games, they had a 99% chance to win and end up losing those games.
That's tough.
It's just poor
We
coaching.
We know what that's like being
That's
this
coaching,
State
man.
fan.
That's right.
Mm.
Hey, what are the odds that Lane Kiffin goes to the Giants?
I saw that today. That'd be awesome.
Jackson
That would be
Dart?
great.
Yeah. I think that's wishful thinking. Lane Kiffin hates the cold.
Yeah. On the other side, Bears.
Does he like
I
money?
mean, he went to the NFL
They
and he
have
just
money.
wasn't good.
Yeah, he ain't
But
going.
Bears,
No, he's built
they-
for college.
they're not a bad team. Like they're 6-3, but
They're not
in
a
our
good
head-
team.
I mean, they're 6 and
They're confused.
like
They're
you-
confusing.
If I told you they were 6-3 or 3-6, which one would you believe more? Probably 3-6.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it feels like with them.
It's a
But
good coaching.
They play.
They just find ways to win
they
these
play-
games.
Yep.
They play reckless and they win reckless, and then sometimes they just drastically lose recklessly.
Caleb
Mhm.
Williams
They're
has
confusing.
he has, I think it's 14 more quarterback like escapes from pressure than anybody else. Like
Really?
the guy, yeah. It's like 36 and next is like 22. Like he knows how to get away from pressure and throw the ball. And his scrambling's working for him. He's not running it. I mean actually let me rephrase that. He ran it really well this week. He had 8 carries, 63 yards, and a tutty. That's pretty
He's
good.
he's had a decent amount of rushing touchdowns this year.
Yeah, and a passing touchdown or a receiving touchdown, technically.
I like the rushing. I just don't like him relying on scrambling, because then he kind of gets into this Kyler Murray mold where it's like,
Mhm.
all right, Kyler, you don't have to run every play. You can make some throws and just hang in the pocket a little bit longer. You don't have to every single play immediately roll out and then just give up on the play that could have been there. Because we see Brissett step right in and look like an actual normal NFL quarterback and run a capable offense. And Brissett doesn't look good.
I was
But
like, he
he's
looked
running
he didn't
the
look good.
offense the way it's supposed to run, and it works well for the rest of the offense.
But if I have a bunch of these Bears players, I know DJ Moore had 0 points, but it's kind of roulette. I mean, Moore and Nadunze, and honestly, Loveland's he's starting to get some targets. 4 for 55 this past week. I mean,
Mhm.
shout out to Roma Duze's dad for tweeting that out first play of the game. He gets a
Yep.
a reception. That's how you do it, man.
He said that in the post-game interview. He was like, "Thanks,
Appreciate that,
Dad."
man.
So
Yeah, I think the Bears are like the Lions light. They
Yeah.
have so many weapons. They're just not quite as talented.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see these constantly. Where we're like last week, Rome had the Goose. This week it was DJ Moore. So it's just gonna be constant teeter-totter. Who's getting the targets? Who's getting the touchdowns? You play them because they're on a good offense with a bad defense.
I'm still buying Rome. If somebody saw this game as, oh, good, now I can sell Rome because they think he's inconsistent,
Mhm.
I would buy Rome. I'm not afraid of Rome.
that's a good
I
point.
wouldn't just way drastically overpay for Rome, but the window certainly is closed. I don't know if it's fully shut, though, because you could make the case of, well, he's had a bunch of good weeks early, and then he's been back and forth since the bye week, so I don't know what
Mhm.
happened since the bye week. And if that's enough of a buy window, I would get him. Someone's somewhat panicked. And
You can
wants to
sell that.
high,
You
but
can sell that
you just-
point because
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
owned Rome in any league this year, and he scares me.
I have neither.
So
It's a freaking roller coaster, baby.
yeah, he scares me to buy. So I might be looking.
Is it
at
a fun? Is it a fun ride, Haven?
It was a fun ride this past week. And it was a fun ride at the beginning of the season, but it's like a roller coaster. When you go down, you feel that little bit of gunk coming back in your throat a little bit, and you're just kind of holding on for dear life. So
Get that tutty.
Dunk.
that gunk.
We
No, I do
I
agree.
think that's a
Though.
good point. I would buy Rome.
He's in that middle. Rome is in that middle to where if you can go to a panic manager who has him and get him cheaper than he would be, yes, do that. But if you have him and you can sell him really high, also do that. He's in that middle where if you can get a lot for him and it betters your team, I'm not against selling Rome. It depends on your league and depend on who has him and their kind of feelings on him. But you can make a case for either one on this one.
Yeah, we saw again this week. We are gonna have the debate every week: DeAndre Swift or Kyle Monangai. This week it was Swift. Last week, obviously, with Swift being out, it was Monangai. Swift had something around 65% of the share. Monangai around 40%. It's really just who gets the touchdown. Well, they were on the field at the same time at some point. I was ballparking it from when I was looking earlier. Good math there, Haven.
Hey, I try to every once in a while. Monangai is still a really good hold. I think it's Swift. We're at the point in the season where do you rather have a Darius Slayton? If you're looking at waivers and there's like a Darius Slayton, do you want to pick him up and drop Monangai because you need to play somebody maybe this week? Or do you just who do I have? I can keep Monangai because the risk reward of Swift getting hurt, Monangai's going to go through the roof, man.
Yep.
You got to hold that guy.
He's one of those handcuffs
in a vacuum. Yes, in a vacuum, yes, I would much rather have Monangai. If you're one of those teams that really needs to win, I don't ever fault you for doing what you got to do, man. If you got to drop Terry McLaurin to go pick up Darius Slayton to try to win this week because you really need to sneak into playoffs, go do it. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do to get into playoffs. I don't care what you got to do. Just make sure it's legal in the eyes of the law.
No colluding.
No colluding.
I had a guy reach out to me in my church league this week. He was like, "You want AJ Brown?" I was like, "I don't really want to give up much for him." He was like, "No, I'll just give him to you if you give him back to me after this week."
After this week.
I was like, "Well, I think that'd be
like the Lord is watching."
That'd be frowned upon. He's new to fantasy. He has no idea. We're just buddies, and he wants to see the guy that I was playing against lose.
Fair.
All right, let's move on to the next game. We had the Houston Texans outlasting the Jaguars 36-29. Great game. I thought it was going to be a stinker.
Who would have thought?
I know. Davis Mills had a monster game, 28.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Davis Mills over CJ Stroud rest of the season?
QB won on the week, man. He made that offense. He made that offense come to life. And dang it, it was fun to watch. As a Nico Collins person who put him as our wide receiver player of the week.
Yeah.
Star of the week, apologies. That was beautiful to watch. He had 15 targets. I don't know where half of them went. He only caught 7 of them. But Davis Mills, man, stay in this quarterback. Let's do it.
I love when these backups come in and they just target their number one guy constantly all game.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Also, I mean, if you need a tight end, here the number 2 option for the Texans, which was really interesting, Dalton Schultz, 11 targets, 50 yards receiving, and a tutty on 7 catches. Now, that is if Davis Mills is going to be playing for a couple more weeks and you need a tight end, pick up Dalton Schultz. That's not a one-time thing. That's actually pretty significant stat that needs to be monitored.
Yeah, I mean, he's had over 11 fantasy points 4 of the past 5 weeks. Yeah. So Dalton Schultz is a good start, whether it's Davis Mills or Stroud. I did see Stroud today has not cleared concussion protocol, so there is a possibility that we get Mills again.
And then Woody Marks, 4 weeks in a row now, 12+ points. Yeah. I mean, I think he took over the backfield. I think it's his world now. We're in the Woody world.
Hill State.
Yeah.
Parker Washington. Parker Washington had a good game. I flexed him in a couple leagues. It was big time if you got points from a punt return touchdown. In one league, I did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I think going forward, I mean, that was a hard matchup. Houston was number 1 against wide receivers, so I think going forward it might actually be a little easier until we get Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter back. I think he's a good flex play going forward.
I do too. Jacoby Myers, 3 for 43.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they work in Jacoby if they're going to start using him kind of in any kind of different capacity, or whether he's just a strict outside wide receiver, and then Parker Washington's in the slot. Brian Thomas comes back. I doubt it. With a high ankle sprain.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like he was in a lot of pain when he went down. But, I mean, some of these guys, they miss 1 week and they come back. And they don't look like themselves when they come back, but they come back.
Oh, the Eagles are leading the Packers 3-0.
Entering the fourth.
Gross.
I will
Double
say
gross.
Jacoby only had 44% of snaps. So
It's his first week with him
yeah,
after
I'm saying like that's positive to see. He was 3 for 43, all 44% of snaps.
Yeah.
That's gonna go up. So
And he looked good. I feel like every time I saw the highlight of him getting a catch, it was a really good catch and play.
Yep.
So glad
And
he's on
then-
an offense with some opportunity.
where's Travis Etienne finishing at the end of the year? I have him
Running back,
See,
Mm,
15.
15. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a solid 15. Nothing more, nothing less.
He'll have 3 to 4 catches a game for like 10 yards.
Dude, that's the best.
And then a
It's the
touchdown.
best. It is. He'll get 15 carries, and then you're like, okay, he's only had like 60 rushing yards. Oh, wait, he has 9.9? Oh, 3 catches for 19 yards. Let's go. And then he gets that touchdown. You're like, we're good. We're good.
He's running back 16 on the year. He'll stay around that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Let's get to the most surprising game of the week. Dolphins 30, Bills
Yeah.
13. What
Yeah.
happened here? This is crazy. I mean, the Dolphins traded away one of their best defensive players, Jalen Phillips, and what a lot of people thought was a steal to the Eagles for only a 3rd-round pick, and it brought some life to this Dolphins defense.
Dude. Insane, man. I don't know what you like. A-Chain, 40 points.
40, dude.
40.
he just kept scoring
Yeah.
over
I
and
mean,
over and over.
His floor has been 15 points all season. We just saw his ceiling. I mean,
Yeah.
if we're talking about like week 11 trade deadline, he is a really hard one to buy.
Yeah,
But
really
he-
hard to buy.
But if you got 2 guys that you can put in for a package for somebody maybe struggling, I would be getting them. I would be trying to get them. You
One of
make
the-
can, man.
Yeah,
Make
one of the
can.
players has been, I feel like, not talked about enough, not given his flowers, is Jalen Waddle. Over the past
Yeah.
3 weeks, really since Tyreek Hill
Hill's
went out
been
with
hurt.
injury, I mean, so this is his stat line or his fantasy points since the Tyreek Hill injury. 23, 16, 2, 20, 14, 19. No one's
Yeah.
talking about him. He's wide receiver 11 on the year, and no one is talking about him.
I feel like he's an easy one. I think he is easy to get right now because no one talks about
Nobody's talking
He-
about him.
him and Chris Olave. But we didn't really even talk about him when we talked about the Saints game. Those are guys no one's talking about that are just low, like high floor players that
Mhm.
you can go get, and you can probably trade for. Would you rather have? Never mind. Would you rather have? I'm trying to
Waddle
be,
or Sutton? It means for sure Waddle.
yeah, it's for sure Waddle. Would
Yeah.
you rather have? I'm trying. Oh nope. Justin Jefferson or Jalen Waddle?
Jefferson.
Ugh. It might be Waddle, though. That's the
If-
crazy thing, though. It might be Waddle. I couldn't do it. There's no shot I could actually do that.
JJ's
You-
last
you
4
would
weeks
never.
are 27,
Never.
20, 18,
You
and
would
40.
never. I hope the
He's-
person in our league immediately sends you a trade right after this airs.
JJ has only had 2 weeks in the top 18. That's oof. Would you rather have Roman Dunze or Waddle?
Waddle.
Amika
Mm.
Buka or Waddle?
Luka's just
Luka.
way more fun. I couldn't do
Luka.
it.
Yeah. It's just a fun dude to have on your team.
Love my baby Buka.
I do think Waddle's safer.
Yeah.
Luka's doing this on 4 or 5 catches a game.
Yes.
Yeah, just trust the quarterback and the offense. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And there is the potential Buka can score multiple times in a game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times Waddle's going to score multiple times. He gets a lot of targets, gets a lot of yards, but touchdowns, I don't think are going to be as frequent.
Yeah. Credit to the Dolphins, though. They've felt dead majority of this
They
season.
really did.
And
Kronk's not dead.
they ain't
If this
dead,
game was in Buffalo, is it a complete blowout in the other direction?
probably. This
'Cause they
this
can't
scenario
travel
only
south
happens
and they
like
can't travel north.
1 out of 20. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
they used to do it to Tom Brady and the Patriots all the time. They would beat them somehow miraculously, and then when they go to New England, they get absolutely just curb stomped.
Is James Cook? He's gone downhill. He's not been really just that solid lately. I'm not the biggest fan of him right now.
He's had a
He came
boom
out
game in week
came out
8
really
with
hot.
with 33, but the 2 games before that, he had 4 and 8, and the 2 games since 13 and 10.
Yeah.
No.
He's
So got to score those touchdowns because, he's just got to score those touchdowns.
And his schedule gets hard, very hard.
Really?
Is he a trade away? Yes, Houston. So week 12, Houston. Week 13, Pittsburgh. 14, Cincinnati was good. Playoffs are the Patriots, the Browns, and the Eagles.
He
Is he
might
a
be a
trade
trade
away?
away. You should have
Yeah,
traded him
really?
away after the first 5 weeks when his value was through the roof. But I think still people think of him like he was early in the season. Those early weeks just stick out so much in our head, and we carry that value throughout the rest of the season. So I
Would you
think
rather have
it's still a trade away.
Cook or Javante?
Javante probably. That's close though.
I got one.
Okay.
Cook or Rico?
Cook. Rico. I don't know.
Rico looks so good.
It's Cook. He's on the better offense.
I'm gonna put that's gonna be our question of the night. I'm gonna put it on Twitter right now.
I got one. Would you rather have Cook or Derrick Henry?
Cook. I don't want
Derrick Henry's next few weeks. He plays Cleveland, which isn't great, but then he plays the Jets, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati
twice.
So he might get you into playoffs, and then he plays New England and Green Bay, which could go either way. Those are going to be big games, and so they could be a lot of high scoring. He could still score and be fine anyway if it's a lot. But Lamar's back, so anything can happen in these crazy games where they play New England and Green Bay.
Let's move into that game because that's our next game. Baltimore 27 over the Vikings 19. This was one I thought was disappointing for Henry, just for the fact that Baltimore was up this entire game. And Henry only ended with 75 yards, 3 receptions, and 11 fantasy points. So you would think in a game where they're up, or a hard defense to play against, but Henry only ended the game with 11 fantasy points.
Do we think he's lost a step, or do we think this is more the Ravens still kind of getting back into the groove that they're normally in?
I think that's both, which is a lame answer, but it's probably a combination of the fact that he's 31 years old. He's lost a little bit of it, but I'm still going to trust him. When it gets colder, Derrick Henry gets better. The Ravens have gotten a lot better on offense, a lot better on defense. Mm-hmm. So I think the rest of the year, he's a good buy right now, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, their team's finally healthy.
What you hun about, Haven?
I'm just looking at how bad J.J. McCarthy was, man.
Yeah, he might have been a bad start of the week for quarterback. He ended up with 15 fantasy points, which won't kill you.
Yeah, a lot of garbage time.
20 for 42 for 248, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. And this is what we talked about. This will always help him. It's his rushing ability. He had 48 rushing yards. I mean, he led their team in rushing. Aaron Jones only had 47.
Yeah.
Dude,
he's such a hard guy to know.
Jordan Mason might be dead.
He's dead. You can drop him for sure.
He did.
Thanks for that trade, Haven.
It's over.
For that trade. You gave me Jameson Williams from Jordan Mason.
You can have it. Jameson.
Wish you would look at my dynasty trade.
I wouldn't. I know Jameson's been good for the last couple weeks, but I'm not like Jameson was droppable.
He is the scariest player to put in your lineup.
Yes. I would never put him in my lineup. I would never put him. I'm glad he is that guy. Just go off on the bench. I'm not putting him in my lineup because he can easily give you 0 any day of the week.
He has like
he's terrifying as well to see him across the board at you because you're like, he could go off for 30 or 40, which you played him against me. And I was quite scared of what he might do.
I knew I had to because you were going to score a lot. So I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to get to play him.
He's a good player for that.
But back to the
Jordan Mason, man.
Yeah, RIP. Aaron Jones has had some juice which is surprising. We talked
Yeah.
about Derrick Henry not having juice. Aaron Jones is
He's
30 years old, and he's looked
same.
really good on the
Hey,
opportunities he's been getting.
He's
He's a buy
flex play.
candidate.
Yeah.
I think he's a buy candidate because he hasn't gone off. He's had
Yeah,
since
just
he came back, he had 5,
be careful
12, and
what you're
15 fantasy
paying.
points.
If
For
you want
sure.
if you want them,
Cautiously buy.
send me an offer. I got Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason. I give you both.
I don't want Jordan Mason.
Don't you want the backup just in case?
No, you can drop him, then I'll pick him up.
Touche.
Lamar with 16, kind of a letdown for what you're expecting out of Lamar. I think they were
Yeah.
just up in that game, and Lamar's been a little, I'd say, hesitant to run the ball since he's come back from injury. I think as the season goes on, he'll get more confident after that injury. Lamar is going to Lamar. He's going to be great for the rest of the season. Next week they have Cleveland. Might be a little rough. We might see somewhere closer to the 16 points again, but rest of the season, no hesitation in starting Lamar. Justin Jefferson, though, we've talked about it once. He had 12 targets, 4 receptions for 37 yards, and the 2 picks that McCarthy threw were to Jefferson, and
Yep.
Jefferson kind of gave up on the ball. He looks
Yeah.
like he's done, like he's given up on the
One of
season.
them he gave up, and one of them he like tripped or something, which
Yeah.
is another. I mean, I don't want to just bag on JJ because JJ probably shouldn't have thrown those balls. It would have been a 50-50 ball, but you got Justin Jefferson, so it's like I'm gonna throw him a 50-50 ball if I'm JJ McCarthy. So he did that, and it just so happened that he was like a weird play where he gave up on it, and then it was an easy pick, and then he gave up on trying to tackle the defender.
That's what's the worst thing.
Picked it off.
After both the picks, he just stood there and
He was
watched the guy
done.
run past him.
He was done with the play.
I'm okay with that. Rather
Yeah,
than not
don't get hurt. But yeah, he doesn't have that ceiling this year. He's had more than
He's also
20
swag.
He's had more than 20 fantasy points once this year. He's getting you consistent. Other than this week, this was his first week without 10. He doesn't have the ceiling, which is sad. Wasn't what you were expecting out of your first round pick.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to the next game. Jets.
Oh, wait, what?
Okay.
Just because I'm gonna forget this thought if I don't. We've been talking about buy candidates and trade candidates. This guy's on a buy, so I'm curious what your thoughts. George Pickens, since CD has come back,
Mm-hmm.
has been the wide receiver 28, 17, and 27. He's at 12, 14, and 13. Is he a buy candidate? Is he a trade candidate?
He's somewhere in the middle to me. I wouldn't be super excited to buy him, but I wouldn't be super excited to sell him either.
I mean, he's past his buy now, so
Yeah.
that makes him much more of a trade for. He might be currently on buy, but the week's over, so
Yeah.
he's past his buy as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned.
So, well, I'm saying BUY. That's the buy. BUY.
Buy and buy. I
and
would
buy.
buy him after his buy.
Yeah, buy him after his buy.
It's a good stretch.
We've talked about the Cowboys and the Bengals. You want players on those offenses. You want them.
I feel like
They
I
have
feel
good
like you can
offenses
trade.
and bad defenses.
I think you can swing it for him. This is a guy I think I would want on my team, and you can tell somebody like, look what's
Yeah.
happened when CD has come back. He's
Mhm.
not been their number one, but I mean he's still giving you good production. I mean,
Incredibly safe with great upside.
Yeah, I mean he's
think-
gotten 6, 9, and 9 targets. I mean,
I think
none
it's
of
going to
these
be
have
harder to
touchdowns.
buy him than you think, because
Yeah.
before CD had come back, he was nuclear, and he's still been good since then. Not great.
He's been
but
okay. He's been
He's
okay.
been good.
I'm curious at what his buy right now is.
His buy after his buy.
His buy after his buy.
All right, next game.
Now that we've
Jets.
confused all the listeners.
The Jets 27 over the Browns 20. The Jets get another win, one that might hurt them in the long run if they wanted that number 1 overall pick. This is one of those they probably should have lost. Dalen Gabriel had his career high in fantasy points, 20 fantasy points. We starting them, boys.
No, garbage.
No
There's
shot.
there's
I
not
did
a
think-
single person on either team I want right now. This is gross game.
I did
Gross.
think about starting Gabriel
You
in our
thought about it.
Superflex league.
You thought about it and didn't do it.
I know. I ended up going Brissett and McCarthy, but I mean, Turns out
your,
Dylan Gabriel would have been a better start than both of them because he played a horrible Jets defense that sold off their players.
Yeah.
that's your quarterbacks and Superflex. JJ McCarthy, Jacoby Brissett,
Well, I have Burrow,
and
but
Dylan Gabriel.
Burrow's
Yeah.
hurt.
Mm.
I'm rebuilding.
I'd say the biggest outcome out of this game is Garrett Wilson getting hurt. He's probably out
Yeah.
3 to 4 weeks based off of the report I saw. He might just be done for the year.
I
You know,
think-
he might be one of
yeah.
those injuries they're just done for the year. Put him on your
Cooper
IR.
Cup from a few years ago
Mm-hmm.
where they just shut him down.
Shut him down. So that's sad to see. I mean, I wasn't expecting a lot out of him
Yeah.
for the rest of the season. It makes me more worried for Breece Hall. He had a good game. He had 19.5 in this game, but this offense is just going to be so inept for the rest of the season.
They're going to give him everything, but it may not be enough for them to do anything. He may have a pretty good consistent stat line just because he's going to touch the ball so much.
Mm-hmm. But I think his ceiling is gone for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Sad.
Jerry Jeudy with a big game, Haven. Your guy
No.
you love.
No, I cut him weeks ago. He's on the waivers. Stay on the waivers. Can we?
He said, "Don't you put that on me."
Yeah. Can we talk about a fun game?
Yeah, let's move off of this game. The next game was fun.
Very.
The Patriots winning over the Buccaneers 28-23. I got my Patriots shirt on, boys.
Yeah.
The Patriots are back. I mean, they're a top 3 to 5 team in the NFL. This was one of those games where it's kind of like, all right, how good are the Patriots? Because they've been beating up a lot of bad teams. They had to go to Tampa Bay, which I would say is one of the better teams. One of the top 5
be the
teams
Super Bowl,
in the,
man.
in the
Super Bowl.
NFC. And they went to them and won. Drake May is just that guy.
And Haven Cox's Rookie of the Week, running back start of the week, Travion Henderson with the breakout game. Let's go. 28 points, 2 tutties, 178 rushing yards. What did I tell y'all, fellas?
I started him in 2 leagues, and I might have shed a tear or two because I was so happy. Suck it, Vrabel.
I'm going to laugh so hard when Ramondre comes back next week healthy, and Ramondre goes back to like 20% of the snap.
And then Terrell Jennings has more touches than Henderson.
But the 1 week I called it, the 1 week I wanted to call it out. He does
I truly believe this is a turning point. We saw this.
It
I
should
might
be.
have dreamed this, but Mike Vrabel was the head coach of Derrick Henry his rookie year, right? Okay.
Yeah.
The same thing happened with Derrick Henry and whoever that running back was.
Deion Lewis.
Deion Lewis got through the first half of the season. He got more snaps than Derrick Henry got. There's some guy I couldn't even remember his name until Haven reminded me. So
Derrick Henry is twice his size, and he's getting more touches.
Yeah. So I think this is the turning point. Trayvon Henderson is obviously the more talented running back than Ramondre.
Looks so good. He's so fast.
So I think there's 2 people that are the clear number 1 and number 2 for MVPs, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
But I think it's Drake May and Matthew Stafford.
Not clear, but I'd probably say they're the betting favorite.
I think
Stafford's been quiet. He's a quiet MVP that nobody's talking about.
I think it's starting. People are starting to get the megaphone out on him. He's had like 6 solid weeks in a row. But Drake May, I mean, I think he's the clear MVP candidate right now.
I agree. He's been insane.
I mean, it's awesome. Who else? Who else is in the MVP category? Jonathan Taylor?
It should be. A running back's never going to win it.
It
should be.
Honestly, Taylor may be the actual answer.
He should be. A running back's not going to win it, though.
He deserves it.
Besides him, I mean, I think it's Drake May and Matthew Stafford. 2 G's.
2 G's. A lot of wide receivers got some fantasy points in this game. Mac Hollins actually led the pack for the Patriots with 16, Diggs with 15, and Kyle Williams, his first big game of the year, the rookie, with 14.
One catch, 72 yards for a tutty.
That dude was flying too.
Man, I hope he does good, man. He was as a rookie, as a dynasty guy, he was one of those people that really like went up on everyone's radar during preseason, and he just disappeared. Here he is. Welcome back. I hope this continues.
Dude, all the more reason why May, baby, as a better MVP candidate, because you just named a bunch of names that nobody even knows
Yeah.
Kyle Williams and Matt Collins. It's like, who even are
The,
these people?
And a
the hippie,
30-year-old
no
Stephon
shoe,
Diggs.
Matt
Yeah,
Collins.
I mean, these guys sound like they're mechanics at like a garage or something. These are people that just fix your car for you, and then you say bye and never see them ever again. Oh no, they're actually NFL players that your MVP quarterback is throwing to.
For the MVP. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that point, Dalton.
Yeah.
On the Buck side, Ibuka with 24.
Welcome
Tez
back.
Johnson with 20. Dalton started him against me. That's how the week went with my matchup.
He would have been my rookie of the week if it was not for Travion Henderson. I like Tez. If you were a big NCAA 25 guy, you picked the Oregon. He was the cheat code. That dude could catch everything. I'm so glad he's finally starting to find his footing. It's probably not going to be a long-term thing, but I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right, next game, boys. Seattle absolutely curb stomped the Cardinals 44-22. This score does not do it justice. The Seahawks absolutely destroyed the Cardinals. And what's even crazier is Sam Darnold ended the game with 5 fantasy points. I think he threw the ball one time in the second half.
Well, because their defense was up like 35-0 by halftime. It was like horrible. Like the defense just dominated the Cardinals.
Yeah, the defense had 2 touchdowns.
Crazy.
Havens,
JSN is ridiculous. Trey McBride is still great.
Havens' boy Zach Charbonnet had 15 fantasy points. Kenneth Walker only 8.
He just does it. He just does it, man.
Let's see. Zach Charbonnet is wide receiver 34 on the year. Kenneth Walker is wide receiver or running back, 27. Both just stellar, right?
I hate it is what it is.
With where you drafted Charbonnet,
Yeah.
it's great. With where you drafted Ken Walker,
Kenneth Walker he's just gross. I'm glad I will never draft him. Just never will.
Never will. Trey McBride. I mean, he's got to love Jacoby Brissett. He had 27 fantasy points this week. Since Jacoby Brissett became the quarterback, he's had 21, 29, 16, and 27 fantasy points.
he's been the tight end 2, 1, 6, and 1.
Yeah.
4 tutties or 5 tutties in 4 weeks.
This is a guy that doesn't score
Beautiful.
touchdowns,
No,
and he's scored all
until now.
until now. Who is the problem? Let's think.
That short little midget running around there, that can't throw the ball to anybody.
Oh,
Bum.
What a bum.
Play COD and leave us alone.
JSN ended the game with 20 fantasy points, and he didn't have a single reception in the second half. I think actually I saw the stat. I don't think he had a single reception after the first quarter. I think he got at least in the first quarter.
He was 4 for 82 and a touchdown in the first quarter.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. I was so happy. He had 18 points in the first quarter. I'm like, hey. And then it didn't go anywhere crazy.
They just ran the ball for the rest of the
I'm
game.
sad I just lost
That
in
was
my
it.
league against a guy because of a touchdown. I'm
Who
so
scored?
depressed. Josh
I think
Jacobs.
Devonta Smith had a touchdown.
No,
Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs has 22 points now. Before he was at like 7, and then I get a text, "Are you okay?" And I just looked, he's 22. I lost.
It's never a good sign.
I was thinking about trading for Josh Jacobs earlier today, and I went to look at his stat lineup.
You can't.
You can't. And also, it made me nervous. He's had a touchdown in every game,
So
except
many.
for one. He's just a touchdown monster.
Yeah. He's different than people that are touchdown reliant, though,
Yeah.
because his touchdowns are so much part of their offense. Like, they run pretty much through Josh Jacobs. So he's a guy I'm confident in the touchdowns not going away. Whereas guys who are fully dependent on touchdowns, otherwise they have a terrible week, you trade them away immediately. You hold on to guys who, like Josh Jacobs, just are going to get 10 to 12 touchdowns plus a year.
Yes, sir. All right, next game. Rams 42, San Francisco 49ers 26. Stafford, we talked about him in the running for MVP, solid 26 fantasy points. Also, Mac Jones 23. This was a lot of people scored a lot of fantasy points.
A lot
in this
of
game.
points. I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot. Adams 19, Puka 17, Juwan Jennings 17. Everybody got some.
Kyron Williams, Hello. Kyron Williams, 23. George
Yeah,
Kittle,
Kittle
23.
with the big game. This is what we said with Kittle. You start him every week. It doesn't matter that
Yeah.
last week he had a bad game. You start him every week just because of this.
He's
gonna happen.
so happy. So
Yep.
happy. Now I'm about to trade away Jake Ferguson. It's time. It's time. So happy.
Dalton might want him. Dalton's tight end needy now. With,
No
Kraft being hurt.
Haven. You can't have my best players for him. So
You
don't
can't
even-
have Jonathan Taylor.
You can't have Jonathan Taylor or Chris McCaffrey for him. So don't even.
Would you give Christian McCaffrey for Kittle and Devontae Adams?
Already know.
Devontae Adams like wide receiver 6 on the year.
That's great. I have Rasheed Rice and
Dalton
Puka.
doesn't need to make any trades.
I don't need to do anything.
Just sit on his team.
Sad.
I don't really
Well-
know if there's much to speak on this game other than everybody was great.
Every,
Everybody was great. Great
Is
game.
Matthew Stafford every week now starter for quarterback?
I mean, he's got to be.
He might be.
He's like
yeah.
5-6 weeks in top 10. I mean, he's been on fire.
His past
One
6 games, he's had over 25 fantasy points in every game but one.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thing to monitor is Devontae Adams
Cooking.
did leave this game, but apparently he could have gone back in the game, and they just held him out. They did this the week before with Puka.
Yeah.
When Puka had his rib or chest injury, and they played the next week. So
It was like a
monitor
prayer.
it, but I think Adams plays. I think he'll be all right going forward.
The only other thing I'd say about this game is if you are the Christian McCaffrey owner and Brian Robinson is on the waivers, you gotta get him.
You got to pick him up.
You gotta get him. The
You gotta pick
him up.
49ers have now figured out their running game. They're scoring touchdowns. And Brian Robinson is a really good running back. He's one of the best backup running backs in the league. So if McCaffrey does go get down, he's instant plug and play running back.
Yep.
2.
He should never be on waivers. Tyler Algier should never be on waivers. I don't
There
think
is.
Blake Corum is on waivers for like 80% of leagues.
Don't put him in there with those guys.
I'm putting no. Blake Corum gets a lot of reps. If Kyron Williams gets hurt, Blake Corum
Yeah.
is getting 95% of the work.
He's the clear, obvious backup if the starter goes down.
So is my none guy. These are guys that should be on your roster if you have those running backs.
Yeah, maybe not draft these handcuffs, but now that we're getting into the later part of the season, playoffs around the corner, pick up these handcuffs.
Yes.
All right, next game, Detroit 44, Washington 22. Jared Goff, another one of those guys that we don't really think about every week starters, but he has been just so consistent for every week. Every week.
He is still just a matchup. I maybe just because I'm mad at him for giving me 10 points in a week when Bo Nix had 39 on my bench, but I think he's still just a matchup guy to me.
He's definitely not as good as Stafford.
No,
I think of
he's
them
not.
similarly, but Stafford has kind of elevated himself with that offense.
There was
Yeah.
one thing we did not talk about with the Rams, and it's a crazy thing. Not only are the Rams really good right now, they also have like a top 10 pick because they own the Falcons pick. So
Such a Falcons move.
yeah, it's tough, man.
They're just like the Cowboys. They're always going in, even when
Always
their team's
going in.
horrible.
Yeah.
Gibbs,
Lions,
Gibbs,
dude,
Gibby,
ridiculous.
38 base.
I mean, he is just, it's so good for him to have that game finally. Like David Montgomery had one earlier this year, like that magnitude. Gibbs hasn't had that yet. He finally did it. And it's just nice to be like, he belongs in that top tier
Yes.
of running backs. And he just hasn't had the performance of that magnitude to put him in there. And there it is.
I would say
It's
that
twice now.
2 games ago, he also had 36 fantasy points.
It wasn't against me, so I didn't see it.
You didn't experience that hurt.
I didn't know. I
But no,
experienced this hurt this
I
week and
agree.
had a kicker win me a lead.
I agree that he's up there and needs to be regarded with the other running backs because talent-wise, he looks like one of those, like,
Mm-hmm.
if y'all remember back, he's like a Jamal Charles type talent where if he was the only guy, I mean, he could be LT. I mean, he could go nuclear with the way that they know how to use him. It could be insane. I hate that he has to share because he could be so unleashed if it was just him.
Yeah.
Do we know the news with Jaden Daniels? We had no
Yeah,
idea.
it's not surgery. He doesn't have to have surgery. They're not putting him on IR. They think he's gonna be back in like 3 weeks.
I say that to say, would you drop Terry McLaurin?
I would have dropped. Yeah, I would drop.
Yeah.
I would first try to shop him around, see if you can just get something. But I think it's droppable.
You don't
I
want to
wouldn't want
wait
Terry.
I mean, Terry's supposed to be back after their bye, which is you have to wait
I
essentially
mean,
2 to 3
if
weeks.
you have an IR spot, throw him in there. But I mean, if you're really fighting to get into playoffs, I absolutely will drop him to pick
Yep.
up somebody to help me start and get by. Like if Alec Pierce is still out there, go
Mhm.
pick him up, start him.
Mhm.
I would rather have him, maybe even rest of the season. If any of these guys that you can plug and play and they can get you a win or two, that's more valuable than waiting on what Terry McLaurin might
Yep.
be, because he could easily get re-injured. His
Yeah.
quarterback's hurt. He's hurt. Like it's just
Yeah.
not their year. And if he
It's
comes
just a
back
lost season.
and he helps somebody else at the end of the season, I mean, you did what you had to do in the time to get wins, and I'm not gonna ever fault you for that.
I'd rather have Rashid Shaheed over Terry McLaurin the rest of the season.
So sad. The one more thing I'll say on this game is I hate Bill Krusky.
Bill is dead.
He is dead to me.
He's dead.
Chris
All right.
Rodriguez, not a bad week though. I mean, he was captain of the week. I think he had 7 points.
Yeah,
But
what are you
I
talking
mean,
about? He had 7 points.
I mean,
He got the touchdown.
Captain of the week. Such a relevant stat to bring to the podcast.
hey,
He got
was
hurt.
because
He got hurt. I think he would have had a bigger game if he hadn't got hurt.
he was leading them in touches before he got hurt. I picked him up because I saw that he was captain of the week. I'm like, that's actually pretty big.
I played him in the
And-
league
Yeah,
because of that.
and then he got hurt.
Yeah, they got hurt. All right, our final game, we'll discuss the Chargers winning over the Steelers 25-10. I fell asleep halfway through this game last night.
I did not.
Did not feel like staying up for this game. Kind of a snoozer. Hey,
I had a Cameron Dicker versus DK Metcalf. It was me and my opponent. We were 1 point difference, and I had Cameron Dicker. He had DK, and I won by like 10.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cameron Dicker, baby.
that's why you wanted to bring kickers back into our league.
100%.
These
Kickers
primetime
are
games.
relevant. Kickers should be in your league. If anybody's listening, kickers should be in your league, and here's why. Because nothing is more exciting than a Sunday night. Stop shaking y'all's head.
No.
For the listeners that aren't watching, me and Dalton are just constantly shaking our head.
All right, let me get to my points.
I hate using brain
Kickers,
capacity on what kicker I should start.
kickers. If you draft like a Cameron Dicker, I haven't had to think about it at all. Dicker's my kicker, and he's been great. But the reason why you want to have kickers in your league, because it is 7:20 p.m. on Sunday night. You should be getting ready to go to work the next day. But instead, you are having a close matchup of Cameron Dicker versus DK Metcalf, where you need field goals to win. And dang it, when that happens, it is the most beautiful, most successful, most awesome thing in the world.
It worked out for you. I was very surprised. DK,
Wrong.
I don't know what to do with DK, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a wide receiver 25. I feel like you have to play him.
I don't think
But-
you do, man. He's wide receiver 28 on the year, and in games he scored touchdown in 5 games, and in the games he hasn't scored a touchdown, he's had 6, 2, 8, and 12 fantasy points. So I mean,
you
it's just-
starting DK Metcalf or Quentin Johnston?
I'm sorry, Quentin Johnson.
yeah, probably huge.
Yeah.
I think
You starting DK Metcalf or Wandale Robinson?
Ooh, I
like-
think I'm going
I like Wandale.
DK.
I
I
like
think I'm
Wandale.
going DK.
he's getting
If
the
Jackson-
man.
targets.
If Jackson Dart's hurt,
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
If Dart's hurt, DK.
DK is another one of those guys that just don't want on my team. I really don't.
The names after DK though get so gross.
Yeah, they really do. Wide receivers are just it's been a
running back year, man.
it's a running back year, and then receivers it's like 20, it's like 15, maybe 20 names, and then the rest have just been kind of
Mm.
eh?
Yeah.
One scary thing out of this game, Arondé Gadsden got hurt. Our boy.
Mhm.
Luckily it seems to be day to day. It was just a bruise
it is.
on his shin. Hopefully he isn't held out. I think he would have had a much bigger game if he hadn't gone out. He only played 50% of snaps. So
Yeah. Here's the thing. When he went out, guess who started catching passes? Keenan Allen.
yeah,
So
short targets.
I still would
Well-
be trying to trade Keenan Allen away. He's wide receiver
Be
14
fair.
right now.
To
I'm
be
not being fair.
Going into that game, Keenan Allen was what, 2 or 3 receptions away from
Yes.
breaking the franchise record for receptions. So they kind of were scheming some easy receptions up for him. I wouldn't just act like, oh, Rondé went out and then Keenan Allen just became the focal point of the offense. They were
He hit
intentionally
snap.
giving him the ball.
If you look at his snap percentage from before Arondé got hurt and after, it was drastically different. Like he was on
Yeah.
the field almost every play. And
Yeah,
that
snaps went up.
so if I'm a Keenan Allen owner though, I am still trading him away. Use that wide receiver 14 that's stuck to his name and get him off your team.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. One thing I wanted to hit on before we move off to waiver wire, Ladd. Ladd is back. He still has a little bit of that stink from early part of the
No
year,
stink.
but since week 4, he is wide receiver 5 on the year.
Yeah. There ain't no stink.
Ain't no
He
stink
put
no
on
more.
some he put on some cologne. That man has been cooking. He is
Ladd that DO.
if people still are worried about him, go get him.
Yep.
But he should not be able to. You shouldn't be able to trade for him right now. He should be untouchable.
We should have known this, man. After the first
Yeah.
couple weeks, we should
Yeah.
have all been trading for him.
He should have been a battle up. We hadn't started the podcast yet at that point, people, or we would have told you.
That's
to.
right. We were saying that, weren't we, boys? We weren't talking about whether you should trade Huge for Jamar Chase, whether that was a fair trade.
I'm a victory lap, something I never said.
All right, let's get to the waiver wire. We'll start with running backs. I'm going to list out 4 guys. I want you to tell me which one you'd be willing to pick up out of those guys and how much fab you'd be willing to spend on them. All right, running backs. Tyler Algier, he's owned in 36% of leagues. Brian Robinson, 32%. Blake Corum, 16%. And Emmanuel Wilson, 15%. It's kind of ugly for running backs. But like we said, this is the time of year to pick
That's
up
your
those
handcuffs.
handcuffs. Brian Robinson only being owned in 32% of leagues. He's got to be more than that after this week,
He's the
especially if you're the McCaffrey owner.
He's the answer if you're not the McCaffrey owner.
Yeah, even if not.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
all of these guys, their starter is healthy. So
Yes.
who, if their starter goes down, becomes nuclear, becomes a great running back start every single week?
Mhm.
It's probably Brian Robinson.
And who's most likely for those starter to go
Yeah.
down? It's
Yeah.
McCaffrey.
Yeah, exactly.
None of these guys should be on waivers up to this week.
Especially
That-
Algier and Robinson.
Yeah, nothing super
Honestly, Emmanuel
exciting.
Wilson has been kind of solid too lately.
Hey, he's flew under my radar if he has.
Go look at him. He's not. I'm not saying he's great. He's been all right.
He's
When
been
you just
alright.
look at it, just look at it.
Yeah, I don't know what you're smoking, Haven.
You just gotta look at it.
He's been all right.
In the past 5 weeks, 1, 2, 2, 1, 11. I'll throw it. I skipped an 11 in there.
He skipped an 11.
Careful. He has a 0 in week 2.
I'm still. If you're the Josh Jacobs owner, you need to have Emmanuel Wilson on your team.
That's fair. If you're the Josh Jacobs owner. A lot more sexy names at the wide receiver position. We've got Parker Washington with only 55% owned. Alec Pierce, 8%. Thoughts?
I don't know who you said because you cut in and out.
They
Okay,
should all be
well-
owned.
Let me re-say that then. Parker Washington at 55%, Alec Pierce at 53%, and Troy Franklin at 58%.
Oh, Troy Franklin, gross.
He's
But
owned the most.
He is wide receiver 22, and he is still not owned in 42% of leagues.
Yeah.
Got to give respect where it's a little due, and he should be on your waiver. He should be on your roster.
I think he's the same as Cortland Sutton. Like
He
I don't
has more targets than Cortland.
Yeah,
I will
I
say
don't know.
that.
I don't know if I feel any different about whether Troy Franklin's in my lineup than I do if Sutton is.
But he shouldn't be on waivers.
No,
No.
he should not.
I mean, past 4 weeks, 10 targets, 8 targets, 10 targets, 9 targets.
Yeah. all of them targets. I think out of those guys, I'm most excited to start or pick up Parker Washington just in the short term. I think there's a lot of value here in the short term with Brian Thomas out, Travis Hunter out. He's going to be the number one guy until Jacoby Myers gets truly integrated into that offense.
If you're trying to make a push for the playoffs, you put him in your lineup. He's gonna be a guy for you. You got to play him.
I don't think he has a super high ceiling, but I think he's going to get you.
I mean,
he's going to get you 12
15.
points. Yep, great flex play.
Yes.
All right, QBs. Joe Flacco is owned in 53% of leagues, and I threw this one in here, boys.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow
Yes.
is owned in 61% of leagues. The reports came out today that he is practicing
Yep.
in some capacity.
There's a league I'm in that he is open, and I will be putting in a waiver in for him. And I am hoping no one else saw it, and I hope I get him. Because if you can get Joe Burrow right before playoffs for free, to maybe 5-5, worth just putting on your roster.
I think it might be a little fool's gold just in the fact that the Bengals most likely aren't going to be competitive.
Yeah, but would
in
you
the
rather
next 4
have
weeks.
Would you rather have Joe Burrow on your roster for a chance to play him or Devin Singletary? I'd rather have Joe Burrow.
Yeah, it just depends on your team depth. If you have a spot where you feel comfortable and you could stash Joe Burrow, especially if you can throw him on the IR.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
There's really no telling when he's going to be back, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be
But-
really late. It could be right in time for fantasy playoffs, and they play Baltimore, Miami, and Arizona in playoffs.
I feel like that's just average. I don't feel like that's great defenses. I don't feel like that's terrible.
I do like me Joe Flacco this week. I'm telling you right now, Joe Flacco's probably my quarterback start of the week.
I
excited.
I think
I'm
that's a
very
fine
excited.
stack to have.
Yeah.
If you have Joe Flacco and Joe Burrow, you play Flacco until Joe Burrow comes back.
Yeah. You just own the Bengals quarterback room.
Just own it. I did want to throw this one out here. It might be my start of the week. Aaron Rodgers is only owned in 46% of the leagues, and he plays the Bengals next week.
Ooh.
So that could be a good quarterback if you need to stream one to target for this week, because he does get that juicy matchup with the Bengals.
Didn't
Fire
this
up
just
the tight
happen
end.
a couple of weeks ago? Didn't Rodgers play? No, Flacco. It was Rodgers and
You're right.
Flacco.
It was. They
Yeah.
are in a division together. They play twice.
Yeah. And that was a good game for both of them.
The
I
NFL
remember.
loves to do that, to have those division matchups be within 3 weeks of each other. We see it a lot throughout the
I
year.
think that wasn't that Chase's big game? His nasty one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
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 And then one more to think about, Davis Mills. If you're the Stroud owner, if for some reason Stroud is your only quarterback, which I hope if he's not, you can pick up Davis Mills and maybe play him with confidence.
I mean, he was QB1 of the week. I mean,
Yeah. I would not be super confident.
The giraffe himself.
That neck, man.
It's
How
foot long.
can it be that long?
it's so long.
Neck.
It's so long.
All right. Tight ends, and then we'll wrap it up, boys. K. Dotton is owned in 37% of leagues. Jawan Johnson in 61% of leagues. And Dawson Knox, I wanted to bring him up with Dalton Kincaid. We didn't hit on that, but Dalton Kincaid is hurt. Not entirely sure how long, but he could be a fine streamable play if you are the Kincaid owner. Who are y'all most excited for this week?
I don't know why Jawan Johnson's still on waivers.
Yeah.
61%. He's been a solid tight end this year. For sure should be in your, not even your lineup, but should at least be rostered. And he has those matches where you should play him. Dawson Knox, interesting. Curious what your thoughts are. I heard a little bit. That's a little sprinkle taste right there.
Yeah. There's been one game this year where Kincaid was hurt and Knox played, and he had a touchdown, 11 points. So
K. Dotton, he had a pretty good week this past week too. Not 37%. Not
he's
bad,
the guy
not
I'm
bad.
least excited about for sure.
I'm not I'd rather have Juan Johnson over him, but with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin out, the Bucs had to sling it, and he had targets, he had catches. Not bad.
That's
If
right.
you're in a deep league and there's none available, I would start K. Dalton if I had to. I don't
Yeah.
love it, but you could do worse.
And one more, boys, I wanted to throw out there. We don't ever talk about defenses, but the Bucs defense. They have, I know Dalton did this already. He picked him up on our league.
Yep.
They have an insanely good fantasy playoffs matchups. In week 15 through 17, they play Atlanta, Carolina, and Miami. Even before that, running up into the playoffs, they play Arizona and the Saints. So the last 5 weeks of the season, you probably can play the Bucs in every matchup, and they're the number 8 defense on the year. So if they are out there, it looks like they're only rostered in 30% of leagues. Go pick them up. And they only had a 2-point game this past week, so they might be dropped in some leagues.
Yeah,
Could
Go
be.
pick them boys up.
Talking about K just for one more second. My rule is always if a tight end gives me 10 points or more, I'm happy. Since week 5, he's had 12, 10, 13.5, 8, and 17. So he's done solid. He's a little bit quiet under the radar. Not some big weeks, but if you just need somebody to give you 10 points instead of that's what I put out there.
That's surprising to me. I did not realize K. Dalton had been that good. I think that's probably a fact that they've had a lot of injuries on offense. Mike Evans has been out, in and out. Chris Godwin's is retired. So K. Dalton is surprising to me.
Yep.
He's Mr. Necessary for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Great show today. Fun recapping all these games with you. We'll be back on Friday to talk about the games ahead or starts of the week. So appreciate it, guys.
Love it, love it, love it. Like and subscribe. Please follow us on TikTok and Twitter at FFB Addicts.